Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 Soviet Tech Tree Heavy, the IS-7. This is a vehicle that I actually find very fun to play in. It's nothing, remarkable. It's a Soviet Heavy with decent damage per shot, decent mobility, some of the best armor in Tier 10, and that's about it. I mean, it's just a good heavy. But it's one of those few heavies that can kind of do it all. Because while it may not have much gun depression, it has a very good turret. It has no hatches whatsoever. It's one of the only tier 10s that actually doesn't have a hatch as a weak spot. Now you can pen the turret. You have to load gold on the turret cheeks, which, if you're a decent player, it's not unheard of. But it's not an easy shot either, especially for vehicles that might have lesser pen. It's going to be pretty tricky. When you pair that with the fact this vehicle has 460 alpha, it has tungsten, meaning that it can do upwards of 520, and it has the incredibly troll armor that it does, the IS-7 in general is just a very fun tank. It used to have very poor penetration, but Wargaming decided to buff this vehicle's pen, now leaving the WZ-111-5A as the only poor penetrating tier 10 in the game. So where are we going to go? Well, we're going to try and go to the hill, because that's where I normally like to fight my opponents, but we'll see where our team also goes. The IS-7 is fairly fast, as we can see. It's not as fast as it used to go. I think originally the IS-7 went 50 kilometers per hour when it was first released. Obviously, does not go that quick anymore, but it is still fairly fast, and it's quick for what it is. So we can see the 777 on the other side, and interesting, very, very interesting. Look at that, 610 chunker into that AMX-30. A great example of the damage output this vehicle obviously features. The AMX backs up, and bonk. There you go. I'm not sure why that AMX didn't move from that position, but, well, they're dead now, so I can't get all too mad. IS-7's gonna... Ooh, interesting. We have both the E-75. We've got everything over here. We're just gonna drive over really quickly. Get a nice shot into the enemy E-75. That's pretty good. We have the E3 on the flank, and I'd love to be able to get a shell into that E3. I'm going to put on my adrenaline. 3, 2, 1. Ah, it was so close. Very, very close, but oh well. The gun on this tank is definitely not the best, but it's not bad either. Alright, we're going to move all the way over here, like this. And then we can kind of wedge our tank into this ridge line. Hello, Mr. E-75. There you go. Nice 370 damage shell. We're up to 1,800 damage now, which is not bad. It's nothing crazy, but, we're getting our bleeds out. We're doing everything we need to. It's aiming on the IS-7. Aiming. Bonk. There you go, 390. We have our tungsten back now, which is obviously pretty nice. Alright. Got 5 seconds left, once again. Oof. Our teammate looks like he's not doing too well over there. Alright, well, we have the IS-7. Nice, 420 damage shell, concept pokes. Not really sure why that concept poked, because dude just lost a very large portion of his health. And if he gets shot by that E3, that's really going to suck for me. So let's hope that he doesn't get shot by the E3. Oh, that's lame. Lame. It's fine, though. We just back up and we'll be in cover here. So we got the E3. This is not looking great from our team, but I think we should be alright, to be honest. Let's aim it on the E-75. Ah, it was close! It was very close. It was so incredibly close, but unfortunately it missed. Obviously, the IS-7's never going to be a tank where the gun is the major selling point. Like, the gun is... It's just a part of the tank, right? We can see here, I'm missing a decent amount of shots, but it's understandable, because the IS-7 trades a lot for the gun to be kind of mid. So we're going to aim it on the side of these... Okay, that one was a little irritating, I won't lie. That one was a bit more irritating than I would have liked for it to be. Let's aim it on that E-75. There you go, nice 406. That puts us over 3,000 damage. Now, I'm going to aim it on the IS-7. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we still deal 470. We did alright this game. Like, we didn't do anything crazy. I did about 3,500 damage. But our gun did troll us there, especially on that shell on the flat side of that E-75. That was a very, very annoying shot. Probably could have done 4K if that shell didn't do that there. But, I mean, as I said, the IS-7, right? The gun is not the selling point. The gun is mid at best. It's not awful, to be fair. Like, with the decent pen and the tungsten, you can still deal good damage with this tank. But don't expect it to hit any crazy snapshots or incredible shells due to the rather goofy accuracy it features. So here we are, game number 2. We got another IS-7 up against us. We got a Stridsvon K. Ooh, and then we got an E4 and 113 GFT. You know, I need to make a video on the 113 GFT. Maybe that's what I'll record after this one. You know, I normally do 2 videos a day, so I'm always trying to think of what I want to make a video on. And, you know, I haven't done a video on the 113 in a while, and that tank is entirely overpowered still. It's the number 3 performing tier 10 in the game, only beaten out by... The mouse is number 1, which still baffles me. And then... I don't remember what number 2 is, but the WZ being number 3 still shows that that tank is incredibly dumb. Its armor is still just impervious in most situations. So what we're going to try and do in this battle is cross this here. We'll see how it works out, but we got the concept. We have our team supporting me, so I should be able to get away with this. Imagine if that shell had ended up penning the enemy STB. I don't think it ever would have, but it would have been very interesting if it did. Okay, so the IS-7's moving up, of course. And we have the 140 over here. Let's see. I don't love that this concept pushed that one. Oh, you know what? Guys, I guess not. Easy shell right into that 140. Nice chunk of damage there. That's where the tungsten on this vehicle feels so nice. I mean, that was a huge chunk of damage. Now we aim it on the E4 track wheel. There you go. Another nice 520. I mean, just like that, in 2 shots, I've done 1,068 damage. Tungsten is still probably my favorite consumable in the game. I love the ability to just roll somebody. Oh, the heck are you doing back there? Oh, come on, man. God, do I hate this gun sometimes. Man, that was rather tragic, wasn't it? Aiming, aiming. There you go. At least that one hit, but God, I mean, as much as I do like the IS-7, right? You can definitely see the gun being incredibly irritating at certain moments. Alright, let's see. STB gets the clear on that player. We have the Stridsvon right here. There you go. 520 damage into the Stridsvon K. I don't know how I feel about our Vickers making these plays here, but I'm going to try and help out my Vickers as much as I can. Hello, good sir. How are you doing? There you go. 495. And the STB's going to run away, and the game's already over. Well, we're not going to deal, I would say, any more damage in this game. Especially with that STB. I'm not really sure why the STB's going that way. Interesting choice from this player. Let's see, is the STB going to back up? Kind of hoping the STB does. No, the STB's just going to drive into 3 tanks and die. Okay. Well, oh well, we don't get any more damage, but I can't really say that that's entirely my fault. I put myself in a pretty solid position. We got clears onto the enemy tanks as they were in the open, and did IS-7 things. You can see it's a fun tank, right? Like, there's no situation when I'm playing the IS-7 and I'm like, oh darn, I'm gonna die. But there's also not any situation when I'm driving this vehicle and I feel like I'm doing anything truly incredible. It doesn't really farm damage. It doesn't, you know, get out the damage too much. Again, if we'd hit that shell on the grill, probably could have done 3K, because that would have been another 460 damage. But the gun miss is sometimes the easiest shots you've ever seen. And I'm even running refined guns, so yeah, that's one of the big downsides of this vehicle. However, I still don't hate playing in it. You know, sometimes irritating guns really annoy me. Any of you that have seen my live streams will see me playing in like the AIM XM4 from time to time, and that vehicle really gets me mad, and it's because the gun just sucks so bad on the tank. Where the IS-7, even though the gun is honestly worse in its dispersion and overall aiming time values, you don't notice it as much because the armor is better on this tank, right? The side armor of the IS-7 is by far some of the best in the game. There's not a single tank which I can name that gets as many troll bounces as the IS-7 does. And when you pair that with the fact that this vehicle also gets tungsten, it means that you can get very easy trades into your opponents as well. So, we are on Naval Frontier. We have an FE2 and 5B, E-75. Okay, so I have 3 heavies, and then the question is, will the Contra Car 1 Mark II support me? Hopefully he does, because if that's the case, we should be pretty fine here. I usually like going wide on this map. It's a fairly good play to make. Alright. Oh, darn, the 2 and 5B is not supporting me, though. That's a little bit of a bummer, because the 2 and 5B obviously has a really good DPM, and that would be nice support to have. Alright, well, I'm going to go fully wide. And we'll see how this works. I don't, normally go fully wide, but it's a position that I think is worth trying every now and then. I'm not seeing anything over here, though. Did they all go up top? I think they did. I mean, my luck, there'll be a tank in that bush there, but I don't think there is. I think they all... Wow, the Rheinmetall's already dead. There's the E-100. Okay, well, we're just going to get behind them, then. I mean, the E-100's going to back up here in just a moment, most likely. Here we go. Aiming. Oh, no, bruh. Bro, what are we doing? Give me a shot on you. There you go. 522. Not bad. We're not even spotted, which is very interesting. Alright, well, let's aim it on the rear of the E-100 again here. See if we can get another shell out. Aiming. Oh, we actually have the 40-05. That's a much more important shot than the C-100. Nice shell into the 40-05. And we reload again. 3, 2, 1. Aiming. Bonk. There you go. See, the 40-05 is obviously a super, super dangerous autoloader, but what it doesn't have is the ability to poke me. So, not bad so far. Let's move over to the E-100 over here. See if we can get a shell into this player. Let's aim it on his turret. There you go, not bad. I like how the E-100 just insta-snaps that and manages the pen. Looks like that KPZ is going to YOLO over here as well. But I've got support. I have the Contra Car 1 Mark II, so it's not like I'm in a situation here where I have to worry too much. There you go. Nice 502 myself into the KPZ. Contra Car is getting nuked, though. Oh, yeah, he did get absolutely obliterated. That kind of sucks, specifically for me. I'm not worried about the Conv Panther. I'm worried about this E-100. That's the player that more is a threat to me. Let me get this E-100 taken out. Interesting. Is that 40-05 really going to try and YOLO me? Get out of the game, bro. Get out of here. Nobody's going to miss you. E-100 drives out sideways, and our teammate bounced him, but thankfully the other one did not. And we get a nice shell into the Kampfpanzer 07. Put on my adrenaline. We should be able to get maybe another shell. Yeah, we should be able to. I don't really care if the KPZ shoots me. This is a free, 556 damage max roll. Nice. We're up to 4,000 damage now. I'm glad I played another game. You know, sometimes when I play another battle in a tank, it turns out to be awful. But this one was actually pretty good. I was able to deal a lot of damage. I was able to use the tungsten to my advantage. The only tank left they have, is that. Oh, no, thank you. We back up. TVP's gonna send that player anyway. We just got to reload a teeny bit longer. I'm gonna let the TVP start to shoot at him. There you go. There's one, there's two, and bye-bye. I'm not poking you. I refuse to give a 183 damage. Like, I legitimately refuse to give that player damage. I hate 183 players. I think we all hate 183 players, but I hate them. So, if I can have that 183 stare at me and deal nothing, then I will. Alright, well, this is a good game. I mean, we can see the IS-7 did a fine job. I did 4,400-ish damage this game. We had a very solid victory. The gun on the IS-7 with tungsten is really nice because you can get some really, really good shots out. And when you pair that with the good mobility, the good armor, and the solid amount of hit points in general, this is a very fun tank to play. So, if you're a beginner and you want a really good tier 10, this is definitely a solid shout. The only problem with this tank is that you have to grind through the IS-8. The IS-3 is actually pretty good now after Wargaming buffed it, but the IS-8's pretty mid for a beginner. It's got really good gun values, right? 2,600 base DPM if you're running all the food and everything. You can get it up to like 2,800 DPM and have Cali. Like, it's a very, very nice tank, but the only problem with the IS-8 is that it's not a good beginner tank due to the poor armor. So my recommendation is grind the IS-8 in something like Big Boss, and then once you get the IS-7, it's a really, really good vehicle. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you'd like to see more content like it, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.